You know, Andy, I got to point this out right at the top of the show. Not only do we have Sheryl Crow, winner of 2 Grammy Awards with us this evening, but sitting in with Max and the band is the winner in the Best Traditional Blues Album category for his album, Deep in the Blues. Ladies and gentlemen, legend is with us, Mr. James Cotton. Give him a hand. Thank you very much, sir. Very cool that he's here. Andy Richter, also a blues legend in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a blue legend.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Everything, you excited about everything?
I'm glad to see the end of February come.
Well, Andy brings up a good point. In television, February sweeps comes to an end. It came to an end yesterday, actually. Sweeps week, of course, it's when the network pulls out all the stops to get really high ratings. All the networks do whatever they can to drive their ratings up in February.
You see the real, the stunts and the sexy exploitation stuff, and it's how the network makes their money.
Yeah, they get pretty sleazy in February just to get those viewers in. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, we here at Late Night engage in this ratings-grabbing behavior as much as anyone else. We do. No, we're not proud of it, but tonight, now that it's over, we thought it might be fun to look back at some of the more spectacular things we tried in the last months to do what we could to boost ratings. So please enjoy this little segment we call Goodbye to Sweeps. Now, ladies and gentlemen, taking the show on the road is a surefire, easy way to get more people to watch. All the 11:30 shows do it. That's why, during Sweeps, we traveled to not 1, but 4 exciting locations. That's right. Antarctica, we were there. Niagara Falls. The Red Gorge Geyser in Idaho. And finally, I think our best show, Marlon Brando's ass, when we did the show from there. It was a good show.
Excellent show.
That was a great show. We had trouble getting guests to come on.
Fantastic. And we lost 2 of them.
Lost 2 of them.
Which got us in big trouble.
We'll get them out.
Yeah.
Don't worry. You know, everybody loves to watch conflict, especially when it involves horrifying freaks created by science. Let's face it, that's just an old TV trick.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why on February 21st, we flew in the 2 sheep that were cloned in Scotland, and we had them compete in a tug of war for their one soul. And it was good TV, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah. You know, people really tune in to see real-life medical dramas. And that very fact inspired the idea for our show on February 13th. That was the night when we took away actor Burt Young's medication.
You know, Burt Young, he played Paulie, Sylvester Stallone's brother-in-law in the Rocky movie.
That's right, yeah. We took away Burt Young's medication and let him wander around the studio during the show just to get some attention for ourselves. It was a lot of fun. Take a look. All right, now I've got a great celebrity resume. William Shatner right here. Isn't this great? Now, look, you've got William Shatner's resume right here. Okay, that's great. Yeah, Burt, just watch it. We're doing a bit here. All right, so anyway, William Shatner's resume. This is going to be fun, and as you can see here, okay, Burt, all right, Burt, just behave yourself.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday. No, your birthday was last week. It's not your birthday.
I'm Popeye. You're Bluto.
Okay, all right, Burt. Watch it, Burt. Burt, that's my head, okay?
Give me my balloon.
It's not a balloon, it's my head. All right, Andy, a little help over here, maybe?
Andy, wait a minute, Andy, give me my swimming pool, Andy.
No, he's not no, wait, Burt! Burt, he's not a swimming pool.
I'm not a swimming pool.
Burt, okay.
We've been through this before, Burt.
Burt, no, he's back on the medication now.
Yeah.
Good thing. He's feeling a lot better. Of course, what people really tune in for during the sweeps period is any show that promises to serve up really sexually suggestive material. That's why on February 19th, we had what we called Erection Night. Check it out. So, Andy, how was your weekend? You have a good time?
I had a real nice time. I actually met somebody that you went to school with.
Whoa, wait a minute. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Someone's having a good time.
Oh, I'm embarrassed, too. Look at that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So my wife and I were in the...
This story, this is kind of a racy story. Is that the idea?
Apparently. I mean, look at the chair here.
Yeah, well, anyway, so you met someone who... Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! You know, I think of all of them, I have to say, I don't know if you agree, but one of our most memorable sweep stunts was our International Incident Tuesdays. Remember these?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every Tuesday night we'd try to create an authentic international crisis right here live on the program. Like on this show from February 11th. That was fun. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the French ambassador to the United Nations.
Move. Move. Get up there. Now say it. Say it!
I'll spit on the dirty turban heads of the Pakistanis.
Good, good. Okay, what else?
What else, the man said?
Unless Switzerland gives us all their works of art, in 15 minutes we will start bombing the Matterhorn.
Good, good. You're a good little Frenchie, yeah. And to show you America appreciates your country, we're gonna give you just what you like. Isn't that right, Andy?
Yeah, bath in your own stinky French cheese.
You like cheese, right? We get a call yet? Okay, no call yet. All right, that's fine. Because now we got a special treat for you, buddy. Yeah, a date with the wife of the North Korean ambassador. Get her out here, Andy.
Yeah, Mrs. Kim, get up there. Come on.
Come on, you two. Kissy, kissy.
Kissy, kissy.
Come on. Wait a minute. Yes? Yes, Mr. President? We do? That's terrific, folks. We have an international incident.
All right!
We're having a lot of trouble with that.
Looking back on it, I kind of feel bad about that one.
Yeah, me too. You know, then there was a time, actually, we tried to lure in lots of viewers who normally don't watch late night by having a show performed entirely by Abe Vigoda. That was fun.
People forget, Conan, that I was only on Bonnie Miller for 3 years. And then I got my own series, Fish. I was a huge Bonnie Miller fan. And what a great theme song. Bum, 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 bum. Max, help us out. Sure, boys are 1 and a 2 and a 3.
What a stunt to get all Abe Vigodas.
Oh, yeah.
All Abe Vigodas. I don't think that's ever been accomplished before.
Yeah, and there were actually 2 of those were not really Abe Vigodas. They're just
No.
Abe Vigoda lookalikes.
Exactly. The rest were all authentic Abe Vigodas. Now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, people love it when they get a chance to witness a big moment in a celebrity's life. Like when Tiny Tim got married on The Tonight Show. That was huge.
Yeah.
Well, we tried a similar stunt ourselves this month when we had John Ritter circumcised live on the air. Watch.
No, that's absolutely one of the great things about doing this film in the Deep South, Conan, was the people down there are so hospitable and kind and compassionate. They welcome you into
Conan, you may drink the wine now.
Oh, okay.
And Andy, you too.
All right.
Okay.
And now, this should only take a second.
Hey, you can squeeze my hand.
Yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit.
Chrissy!
That worked out great. Yeah. And then we had it done. All in one show.
We got jealous.
Yeah, we did. All right. Well, that pretty much, we think it worked. It drove the ratings through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and continue in that vein, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, Sheryl Crow is going to be with us. It doesn't get better than that. We'll see you in a second. Thank you. How you doing, Andy?
I'm very good.
You pumped for the show tonight?
I'm very. You are such like junior mobster.
I know. Look at this thing. Look at this. I got the pinstripe and the dark suit, and
or is it just that amateur production of Guys and Dolls?
that I just came running from. No, I don't know. They just put these, you know what it is here.
I know.
We don't dress like this in our normal lives.
People always say, you know, hey, I like your outfit, and it's sort of, well, I put it on.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything else to really...
We're like Batman and Robin. Like, seconds before the show, we're in boxer shorts and V-neck T-shirts drinking beer.
Right.
And then a light goes off. A light goes off and says, time for show. And we go down a shoot. And suddenly we're in these suits, and we don't even know what we were going to be wearing.
No way.
You know what I found out? I got to go. I'm having my wisdom teeth out on Friday. I wasn't feeling bad about it till now. It should be okay. No, boo.
All 4 of them at once?
No, they're all impacted. Every single. Most of my head right now is tooth. Apparently, they took an X-ray, and there's very little brain left. It's all impacted tooth, and the guy's explaining it should be no problem. We'll do it on Friday, and when you're done with the show, you come in and we'll do it, and then you'll have the weekend to recover. No problem. Sign this. And I said. I'm starting to sign it right away because I'm a boob. That's, I sign anything. Okay. I signed a contract for this show like that, $8 a week. Not bad. Letterman, eat your heart out. But I start to sign it, and then I stop and I look at it, and apparently it's this long thing. It's making sure that I can't sue him. And I said, what does this say? Basically, and he said, well, basically, there's a risk that when we pull out your wisdom teeth, that your facial muscles will become paralyzed for the rest of your life. And this says that you won't sue me. And I was just imagining, like, what is this show going to be like if I come in? I'm going to come in on Monday, and it'd be like, people will tune in the show, and I'll be like, all right, we got a great show, right? They would like that, actually.
Probably would.
We would like it more. Yay!
I would like it.
Yeah, that's right. Just me being frozen like that the whole time. They could start, like, putting cigarettes out in my mouth. Andy, stop it! Please, I was your friend. Well, anyway.
We'd have to know whether you were sad or happy.
For this next bit, it's important that I'm sad, so everyone pretend I'm sad. Well, anyway, it's going to happen now, and it's going to be a tragedy.
Well, that guy's not worried.
No, he doesn't care. Snip, snip. Face paralyzed. I gotta go now. I got tickets to Barbados. All right. Well, maybe I have this coming because let's confess something right here at the top of the show.
Not the murder.
No. Later, another time. That's on our cable special.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I got to admit something. Ladies and gentlemen, you're aware this. As much as we try to treat our celebrity guests nicely here at the show, and this is inevitable, sometimes something happens during an interview or behind the scenes, and a celebrity gets a little bit upset with us, or someone who works at the show gets a little upset with us. And it's happened a couple of times over the last few years, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the time they have a point, but celebrities are touchy.
They're touchy. They're touchy, but sometimes these things happen, and when they do, I always make sure that an apology letter gets written by me or someone on the show so that we can smooth over any hurt feelings. It's a nice gesture.
It's real classy.
Yeah, and the only way to survive in this business is to suck up to people.
Right.
So I thought it'd be fun tonight to just sort of share with the audience at home, take a look back at some of the letters we've sent out over the last few years in a segment we call Late Night Apology Letters.
I'm so sorry.
For example, I wrote this apology letter to Michael Jordan after he was on the show, and I'm glad I did because I think it straightens things out. Dear Michael, once again we apologize for evacuating the studio audience during your recent appearance, but we thought there was a sewage leak in the studio. Had we known it was your cologne, we wouldn't have done what we did. All the best, Conan O'Brien. And I'm glad we wrote that letter.
Me too.
Because now he's my best friend.
Right.
That's right.
And you wear that cologne every day.
That's right, I do. I actually, I made a major faux pas when Gene Siskel was on the show. And here's the apology note that I wrote. Dear Gene, I can't believe I made the horrible mistake of introducing you as the fat one instead of the bald one. Again, my apologies. All the best, Conan O'Brien.
It happens.
I messed up.
It happens.
I make mistakes.
It's like when your mom calls you by your brother's name.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
We're human, is our point here. Human. All right, here's an apology letter I sent to Madonna recently, she was on the show just after she'd become a mother for the first time, we had her on, and I wrote this letter because something got mixed up. Dear Madonna, I must apologize for Max Weinberg's behavior the other evening. It was completely out of line when he approached you during your interview holding a cup of black coffee and shouted, "Hey, how about a little milk from that lactation station?" Sincerely, Conan O'Brien. I couldn't believe she gave it to him, too.
I know. And it...
2 squirts. All right, here we go.
Cost me $5.
Oh, man. You're the evil genius behind the show. Yeah, that's what I always knew. All right, this is a note that I wrote to Scott Baio, or Scott Baio. It depends on which part of the country you live in. But this is the note I wrote to Scott Baio. Dear Scott, sorry we weren't able to book you on the show this month, due once again to the fact that there are other people. I'll let you know when things change. Here is Conan O'Brien. How you doing?
Good.
It's the meanest bit we've ever done. Okay, this is an apology, ladies and gentlemen, that I sent to one of our cameramen after he went to the hospital recently. It goes like this. Dear Phil, I'm sorry we booked Dennis Rodman on the show. Yours, Conan O'Brien. He should wear a cup.
You should wear a cup. If you're going to work a camera to network, you should wear a cup.
Wear a cup. That's one of the first things they tell you.
Common sense.
Common sense. I'm wearing one now.
Yeah, but it's a styrofoam cup.
Yeah, but it's comfy. All right. It's the weirdest Who's on First routine we've ever done. I made a joke on air once that offended John Ratzenberger. He's the guy who played Cliff on Cheers. So I wrote him this note. Dear John, first of all, I apologize for my recent joke implying that you are typecast as a result of your many years on Cheers. Second, I'll be out of town from July 20th to August 6th. Please leave all my mail with the building superintendent. Sincerely, Conan O'Brien. So, take care of that.
Yeah. Just checking them off. Baio, Ratzenberger. Who's next?
They all have it coming.
Yeah.
All right. This is one that I recently sent out to Richard Jewell. You all remember Richard Jewell? The guy who sued NBC for making fun of him.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Dear Richard, I'm terribly sorry if you in any way misconstrued any of my on-air jokes as somehow implying that you were in any way responsible for the Olympic Park bombing. Please don't get mad and throw one of your big, nasty boom-boom kablammy machines at me. Sincerely, Conan O'Brien. I think that takes care of it. This is the jacket I'll wear at the lawsuit, too. All right.
Very nice.
And finally, Candace Bergen got this note from me after a really embarrassing incident, and I'll share it with you now. Dear Candace, please accept my apologies for so completely misunderstanding your offer of 10 cents a minute. I'm sorry you had to see me naked. Sincerely, Conan O'Brien. And if you'd seen me naked, you'd be sorry, too. So, I think we did a lot of good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think what's great is that all those celebrities were mad at us now, and now they love us.
Right. We've had a clearing.
A cleansing, as it were. And now we're ready, both spiritually and mentally, to have a commercial break. And when we come back, one of the funniest men alive. I looked it up in the books. He is. Stephen Wright is going to be with us, so stick around. We'll see you in a second.